Now, I did say that this segment can get a bit boring if you've played it before, like I have, and I kind of know what's going to happen. But I'm starting to think that that really wouldn't be an issue if you're playing this for the first time, because it just really keeps you on the edge of your seat and stuff like that. Going through what is clearly a very bent-out-of-shape research station. Don't know what lies behind the corner. Something is not good here. Well, we got a couple of doors here, so let's try behind door number 1. Alright. Nothing much. Door number 2. Alright. Well, how about door number... This guy looks a tad bit familiar if you've played Super. But this segment right here, not too offensive. It's gonna be the emblem right here.
Adam, are you seeing this? It's a Zebesian. But it's been cybernetically enhanced. What is this thing?
I don't know. Continue your investigation.
Everyone, gather round.
All right. So I managed to recover one piece of data. This bottle ship is under management of the Galactic Federation. In these facilities, life forms from each planet have been raised and researched as possible bioweapons. Site manager and development director, Dr. Madeline Bergman.
Adam, was the Galactic Federation experimenting with bioweapons?
Looks like it.
Use of bioweapons is strictly prohibited.
Of course it is. What's happened here is illegal.
Who is Madeline Bergman?
Must be the person in charge here. Is that all you've got?
I didn't need to press Adam about it any further. I knew his mind. Not only was he a strong opponent of bioweapons, he was against the use of living things for unnecessary reasons, period. Life, no matter what form it takes as it's born into this often cruel universe, should not be tampered with. That was Adam's philosophy. In bringing the infant Metroid back, I did something that I know would have gone against his convictions. And though I might have been left alone, it was a clear and blatant violation of protocol. I wondered what Adam thought of me. Out of nowhere, I suddenly found myself concerned with his opinion again.
I've almost gotten it completely restored. But I'll bet they protected this thing with a seriously sophisticated security system. If I can't get past it, James, that'll be where you come in.
Leave it to me. Shouldn't be a problem to hack into this thing. I mean, it might tell us what exactly was going on here. Looks like this might take some time, though.
Madeline might still be somewhere in this building. Keep scouting for more intel. Let's go.
Okay, so, I mean, if the similarities to Metroid Fusion still weren't obvious enough, well, I mean, there you go. Again, I don't really understand why you would rehash a game. I guess the game wasn't all that new, was it? I guess, you know, I said a few episodes back that Fusion had been the most recent game. I should have specified that that was from a timeline point of view. Of course, Zero Mission came out in 05, whereas Fusion was released in 02. So Fusion was kind of old by this point, 8 years. Maybe he assumed the people hadn't played Fusion that much, but again, it's just a little bit too similar for me to be completely comfortable with it, at least. But even more than, I do not like how Samus questions her decision to bring the baby Metroid back to the researchers before Super Metroid, saving the baby Metroid, saying that she knows that Adam would be against that and that she's, like, apparently concerned with his opinion about that. Like, I don't understand that, because like I covered back when I played Metroid 2 all those years back, that was like 6 years ago, I think Metroid 2 was really the first real insight that we had into Samus's personality, and how, yeah, she didn't kill the baby Metroid despite her mission being exterminate all the Metroids, and I thought that was because Samus definitely had a more compassionate side for things that can't defend themselves, and we see that in this game too, with the small, white, feathered, birdie-like creature, which is called Little Birdie, I believe, so I don't really like her questioning that decision that she made in Super Metroid, being concerned about how Adam thought. I mean, maybe I can see that, and maybe like the heat of the moment, maybe, but more on that later. For right now, we have... Ew. Disgusting. And what am I supposed to zoom on for this one, game? I thought it was just these guys right here. Let's see how you can get to it. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. I thought for sure it was just one of these guys, so why can't I just zoom in on one of these guys? There we go. This one right here. Ugh, took long enough. That's what I'm talking about. Blah.
I want all the soldiers to evacuate this area. Samus, your orders are to take care of all enemy targets.
Alright, now that's kind of weird right there, that Adam orders the backup that Samus would have had to get out of there so she can deal with it by herself. That was kind of startling at first. That didn't really make too much sense to me. But then I started thinking of the reasons behind it. One of them is a story reason that we'll see very, very soon about other things going on inside the compound, is these guys can be quite tough right here. I'm going to have to be on my guard. The other is that these, I believe, are the Zebesian space pirates from Super Metroid. They're the same type, so maybe Adam figures that Samus is really the only one that's properly equipped to deal with these guys, and that if anyone else tried to take them down, it would be kind of a threat to their health. And I think Samus kind of recognized that too, because she told them to get back, kind of implying that she knows how dangerous these things are. And granted, like, quite a few of them in Super Metroid were quite dangerous, as I think I can do a finishing on this guy. Boom! Back of the head. Badass. Alright, let's keep trying to do that. Yeah, I think these ones are going to have reinforcements as well. A bit too fast to use our missiles right here. I think maybe if we have good distance like this, then I could use the missiles. But again, a bit too many targets to really focus in on them with the missiles. Yeah, they just keep coming back down. Okay, so now maybe that we're at a distance I can use the missiles, but again, kind of the burst shot that we get with the power beam is very beneficial to taking down these guys. Not taking them down, but damaging them more than one at a time is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, let's just keep dodging around right here, keep firing off those huge burst shots. And every time I can get a dodge in, I just need to remember to let go of the charge button right after that, because of course, watch out, Samus. Man, those guys do some damage. I'm already down an energy tank. Because of course I get the full one and I could just do more damage that way. Alright, blast him out of the sky with that one. Let's try to get in for this one. Get him again. Gotcha. And I think there's only two left, which would leave me far more open for missile attacks, and they're going to get behind here and hide. Get back here, you. Where are you? Yeah, they do this when there's only a couple left. Oh, God, I'm almost dead. Watch out. Alright, just one missile for that one. Can't really see it because of the awkward camera view, but I think I could keep dodging and do that. Alright. Yeah, since there's just one I can focus on him, we should be fine now. But there is one more left, despite us almost being dead. About half an energy tank left. Yeah, this game keeps you on your toes, man, like you clinch up a bit. Yeah, let's try to funnel it back over to the center so I have more maneuvering room. There we go, nice. Get out of the way right there. And then a missile should be able to end it. Nice. Whew. Alright, can we do anything else in this area? I don't think so. I'm kind of tempted to look around here a bit more. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can do. I think we were just supposed to fight those Zebesians right there, which should be extinct, strangely enough, seeing as we blew up their home planet, which is something else I was always kind of confused about in the Metroid lore, because the Metroid lore has not always been the most cohesive thing on planet Earth as far as video game stories are concerned. But I always thought that the space pirates were kind of more than one race, but apparently, and I've done some kind of auxiliary reading, especially with the manga, the main force were the ones that were native to planet Zebes right there, which doesn't really fit in with Prime 3 Corruption, but again, the Prime series doesn't fit in with the manga in kind of a lot of ways, despite the manga kind of predating it, but again, you can't really expect the American developers to have read the Japanese exclusive manga. Like, if you're going to make that canon, at least make it available in English, guys. to where I don't have to read a fan translation. But yeah, apparently, like, the bulk of the most powerful space pirate forces were the Zebesians, of course, native to planet Zebes and stuff like that. Ah, crap. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, what was going on out here. It's like a freaking war zone out here. With tough enemies. Alright, so we gotta deal with this disgusting looking creature right here. This aggressive looking guy. Who is apparently more intelligent than it let on because it like hid up on the building kind of waiting for us, which is kind of strange now that I think about it. Yeah, here's another pretty unique segment. I'd like to kind of compare this. We can't really damage it. We can only damage its tail here. I like to compare to this kind of to the elevator segment in Metroid Prime 3. You know, kind of like a completely different view that you don't really get in the rest of the game exactly, but it's kind of different from anything that you really had to deal with up to this point. Okay, glad I'm healed up here because this is doing way more damage than I remember doing. Come on, stop it. Actually, I do remember dying here because I didn't have like the missiles on time. Yeah, come on, stop it. Maybe I just have to hit it normally? Nope. Oh god, is this going to be the first game over? It is. It's doing too much damage. Oh, this sucks. What did I get wrong?
You okay, princess? I wanted to give you some cover earlier, but this thing takes forever to charge. I'll save the next shot for you. Not that you'll need it.
Hey! Come over here!
What's up?
Lyle's down. He looks like a pile of rags. What's gotta happen to a guy to make him look like that?
Okay, so we have yet another stupid look-around segment. Before I get to this, though, I'll just say about that tiny encounter back there, do not spam. You have to be really strategic. Whenever that thing's tail even remotely looks like it's staying still, that's when you have to fire a missile. Have to watch out, because that segment can be quite difficult because of the damage that you take in this game. The damage in Other M is so high, jeez. But this one right here, this is the one that soured me on these type of segments almost permanently, and I think a lot of people would agree that this is the worst one in the freaking game. Because it's kind of a given that you want to look at Lyle's body right here, kind of mangled and kind of destroyed and in really bad shape, but that's not what you're supposed to look at, and you're not supposed to look at the other 4 Marines either. So what am I supposed to look out here? I can do like a complete 360. Okay, that's kind of nice, you know, nice looking area, things like that. So what am I looking for? Like, what could possibly relate to the scene that I just saw, which would be this dead body right here that I'm supposed to zoom in on? I must have spent like a good 5 minutes when I played this game for the first time, combing over every single little pixel. I'm like, okay, is it like the truck? Is it like something in the branches? Am I missing something here like on the floor next to the body? But no. It's this thing right here, this green puddle, this inconspicuous green puddle that very well could just be part of the grass. That is so stupid! Why would you do that? If you're gonna have these segments, at least make what you're supposed to scan super obvious, like you did in the past. Why make it so vague right now? It's just frustrating, man. But yeah, we gotta scan this thing.
An empty shell.
Looks like that monster from earlier infiltrated Sector 3. Samus, follow it.
Ooh, more disturbing imagery from this game right here. Oh, boy. That is... ugh. That is gross, man. But I guess we're not going to do anything about Lyle's body over there, but yeah. You know how I said kind of towards the end of the last episode that this game really kind of was a return to the taking heavy inspiration from the Alien franchise, namely the very first one? Well, in this game, well, we got all those Marines, but they're not especially important characters, so I don't know. I'll leave it up to you what you think's going to happen.
It was clear that the Galactic Federation was developing bioweapons on the bottle ship. I wonder if Adam came here knowing that. Regardless, I knew I had to talk to the person in charge, Madeline Bergman. Of course, she would have to be alive in order for me to do that.
Samus, start by searching areas you can access with your current equipment. We'll determine weapon and equipment authorization after we get a better understanding of the situation.
Dude, Adam, you know, I really don't hate you, man. I think you're an okay character, which we'll get into later when we get into characterization. I think, you know, with some context, you're right, but for example, dude, what if all the answers to our questions are behind this right here? And I get it, it's a power bomb, it's dangerous. There are no humans around right now, though. Just another scene that doesn't really make too much sense, but man, other than really bringing the atmosphere with that scene right there, kind of going through that hall with the green blood and whatnot, but, Sector 3, the Pyrosphere, one of my favorite sectors in the game. Although, I mean, there's not a whole lot of competition, there's only 3. I will say the Biosphere is probably my least favorite, actually, so my least favorite part of the game as far as a aesthetic point of view is definitely over. It's time to get to what I believe to be the more interesting aesthetic parts of the game. As, it looks like we can see these guys out here. Is that a freaking volcano in the distance? Man, really going all out with the terraforming here or whatever it is. Again, just really building up the atmosphere. And whoa! I forgot that was right there. Did you guys see that? I really do love the monster design. And in this game, at least quite a few of them I like. You know, there's some stinkers, but they're very few and far in between. Whoa! Whew. Yep, the monster that we just saw, by the way. Whew. I think we can actually jump down here if we wanted to, but I don't have the grapple beam to do that. And it's a really hot area, and I get kind of nervous in really hot areas in Metroid, so we'll come back here once we're supposed to. And more of these guys too. I love how since these are in Sector 3, they obviously have kind of like a fire determinant now, which is very like how they were in Super Metroid as well. And holy crap, I'm almost dead. That encounter with that mysterious creature really left me hurting for health right there. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on. A dodge would be a bit more prompt. That would work really well. Are those the firebug enemies from Super Metroid? You know, the ones that where if you beat them down, like you, like the light in the room would start to dim and stuff like that? I love a good callback, but now let's go ahead and heal up because, yeah, I'm definitely hurting from that one. Well, looks like the area that we can actually access with our current equipment, cough cough Adam, isn't that big here in Sector 3. Kinda weird how we went from Sector 1 to Sector 3 as well. Like, huh, what gives? Is there something in 2 that they don't want us to know about? Or are they just shaking it up a bit because, I mean, after everything they've done similar to Fusion, I mean, that would definitely be welcome.